Recently on the channel, we started a video series about different cities and states, and we can move on to countries if anybody wants us to as well. But on the channel, we've been doing 5 great songs from, or 5 great artists from. And the last time we had one of those videos come out, one of our viewers said to us, hey, do 5 great artists from the state of Florida. Since I live in Florida now, I am in no way, shape, or form any sort of self-proclaimed expert, but I do know that there have been some great artists born in this state. My name is Russ. This is the Infectious Groove music channel. We have 3 videos every single week on all sorts of different music topics. So if this is your first time with us, please click the like button. I know you hear this on every channel, but if you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, that will help our channel grow a great deal as well. So for today's topic, for me personally, the very first artist that always flies into my mind ever since I was a little kid when I think of artists from Florida, or I think of any musician from Florida, is Tom Petty. It's from northern Florida, actually not too far from where I'm living now. I personally think of Tom Petty's sound as very California, but Tom Petty, Mudcrutch, they got their start here in northern Florida before moving on over to Southern California to really define the rest of the Heartbreakers sound then. Jim Morrison, later in life, would have a lot of problems here in the state of Florida, specifically in Miami, of course, where he caused himself and the Doors a great amount of issues. But he was originally born in Florida. And again, Jim is, I think, an artist most people probably associate most with California, maybe even France. But you know, he also, besides just causing himself a lot of issues in life later here in Florida, was born in Florida. One band that I feel kind of, I don't know, dumb isn't the word, but like I just was kind of surprised to learn is from the city I now live in. Leonard Skynyrd is from Jacksonville, Florida. And I don't know why, but I never thought of that before. And it could very well be, you know, their biggest hit has nothing to do with Florida, or really, I mean, they've really never written any songs that have to do with this area. So I don't really think I ever even associated them with Florida. But, you know, over the years, I was never really a huge fan of the band, so maybe that's why I never really looked into them later. But it is cool now to be in an area where you can go see like the places they played before they got big. So Leonard Skynyrd is another one. Another artist who I think gets associated with another state for sure because one of his biggest hits is Ray Charles. Most people quickly think of Ray Charles as Georgia, but he is actually from the same area that I'm from as well. He went to school down in St. Augustine, which is not that far from where I personally live now. So he was born in Georgia, but he has a lot of huge ties to Greenville and St. Augustine, and spent a lot of his youth in the Florida, northeast Florida area before moving on to become a big, huge artist that everybody knows. The last one works with a group who has Miami right in the name of their title, but always made me think of Florida for the obvious reasons, and that's Gloria Estefan. And in the 80s, I loved that Gloria Estefan brought a different sound that I certainly hadn't heard growing up in Detroit. We were exposed to a lot of different sounds and different types of vibes and music in Detroit. But one thing we did not hear at all was any sort of Latin or Cuban influence in music. So when Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine came along, it was really, really something for us to be exposed to that far north. So I was very thankful for that. And she's probably the one besides Tom Petty that when I was a kid, I instantly knew where she was from, not just because of the title of the group that she was with, but because of the heritage that she brought to the music from Southern Florida. So those are 5 great artists that have Florida ties or are from here in Florida. Like I said at the top of the video, if you have suggestions for how you want this series to go, a city, songs from a place, or artists from a certain place, anywhere around the world, just leave us a comment and we will get to that video for you. And as we always say, thank you so much for watching.